ladies and gentlemen, with dry air being injected to these storms at the exact appropriate times, it appears the atmospheric defensive team, Asteroid Fight Club, and the Prayer Warriors are at the top of their game when it comes to hurricanes for the USA. So that is good news. Like I've mentioned before, going in, that overall for the hurricane season, it's one of the least of my worries, and it's good to know that I can kind of continue to think that, although we don't have to take this on a day-by-day basis. Right now, we've got an apple fire going on in Cherry Valley. It's burned more than 900 acres, and mandatory evacuations are in place. And this looks like a pretty bad fire. And so it seems like fires and volcanoes and heat have had a lot to do with the big stories that we have been seeing over the last month. This is Popocatépetl, and usually it smokes like a dragon, but now it is breathing fire like a dragon. And so this is one of the more interesting images of Popocatépetl I've ever seen, because it is just pouring out lava plasma fire, and that is interesting. Or it's just like holding it there like a flame. Use whatever adjectives and metaphors you'd like. And so as of this moment, it does not appear that Isaias is any major super threat to Florida or even the Carolinas or New York, New Jersey, New England. So that is good news. And as your planetary defense commander, having like the story of the day be Trump canceling TikTok a day after he said he was going to move back the election. And this is like our 40th day of them focusing on Portland, the 26th biggest city in the USA. And, you know, I don't know, man, if there was things I was worried about, it would be, what is this leading up to? Because I'd mentioned before, the last time we had a lunar eclipse on July 4th was in 2001, the year we had 9/11. And so it's like, what the hell is going on, man? We have no future plan for the 370 million people in the USA, or the world, really. And so the plague is still a giant problem that is besieging, or every country in the world is having to deal with. This USA is struggling, and so to have cut off the unemployment benefit extensions during a pandemic where most people of the 31 million who got laid off can't find a job, that seems like cruel and unusual punishment. And I expect the next 30 days to be very unstable. Lower class, middle class, maybe not upper class, though. I believe in God, though, and civilization has survived this long. So hopefully there's somebody up there in the sky looking out for us. And I mean God, divine architect. Puerto Rico had some pretty dang nasty floods going on when tropical storm Hurricane Isaias hit. Like, why are we talking about Portland every day? I noticed something interesting. So now we have like 3.5 sunspots on the sun. And if you'll notice, it looks like they're on an ecliptic. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Although there's probably just one sunspot. That's third. There's 3. And they're on like an ecliptic. That is cool, man. You don't have to agree, but I think world peace would be amazing. Over the next 3 nights, the moon, Jupiter, and Saturn will be forming in an awesome celestial trio in the sky. I went out and saw them tonight. They were gorgeous. I highly recommend checking them out, as they are in a cool alignment. And congratulations on surviving July, and welcome to August. Prepare for some major fireworks, unrest, and rebellion And so I've heard several people on the internets refer to August 3rd as the beginning of the Battle of the Gods or the Battle of the Planets. I don't know if I'm going to survive. I don't know if you're going to survive. But I do pray and hope everything improves. And of course, we will continue to watch Is the ES. But for now, this is one of our good signs that we're not getting hit by a major hurricane or even a Category 2 hurricane. It would appear not. But it could reform. But at the moment, this is good news. I spent a couple years asking, what is the plan? What is the end game? And we're going to find out one way or another. But I definitely think this is a solar system event. I think 2020 is a solar system event. And so it just seems weird, odd, strange, peculiar to me that the narrative pretty much focuses on, little things like TikTok or the whatever the hell is going on in Portland for 40 days. When it definitely seems like in September, October, and November, we're definitely going to have some really big events, It almost feels like whatever sanity our country has is hanging on by a thin thread. What if I failed as planetary defense commander? What if I failed y'all and the bad guys are going to win? If so, I'm sorry. But it's not over yet. But I sure would like to see some more victories for the people of Earth. California, Florida, North Carolina set records for single-day coronavirus deaths. Yeah, Texas was handling the plague well until Memorial Day. I think the last 3 days we've had about 300 deaths a day. And so, I don't know, it's kicked me square in the nuts. Emotionally, on top of everything else that is happening to everybody else in all the other states and all the other countries. And I gotta ask, if I can, everybody likes to think that there's some grand group that is totally in control and they totally have a master plan of what they're going to do in the future and it's going to go totally smoothly. But I had a thought, like, what if they don't have a master plan and a lot of them are just really, really, really greedy? That would be scary and depressing, huh? There are 7 billion people on the planet, so civilization literally depends on teamwork. And so it seems like everybody's focusing on really small issues like Portland or TikTok or kneeling for games that aren't even being played when, the health and welfare of millions of Americans is like hanging in the balance. And that both Democrats and Republicans should have stepped up and done something to help the people out for the next, through the rest of 2020 and probably through the rest of 2021. Because the plague is here to stay. And so they let the deadline pass. Was it 2 days ago? So 31 million people are going to go without that extra money to help them get through. And I've been talking about it for, a couple weeks now, saying I had a feeling that that's where it was headed. And now we're here. And they say data is the new oil. So on days like today, I feel incredibly ineffective. It just seems like things are becoming less and less stable, and people are becoming less and less interested in trying to work together, even on the most basic levels, to stabilize things. So yeah, 2020 is nonstop tests and challenges, and it's going to keep getting weirder. And every month is like a test for me. If you do think I've done a good job and am doing a good job and would like to continue to do my job, I would appreciate a contribution to either my address, my PayPal, my Venmo, my Cash App, or my Patron And, if you think I've done a mediocre job or a bad job, then definitely don't contribute. And you can leave me a comment in the comment section saying you did a crappy job as Planetary Defense Commander. It's one of those days, man, soul searching. But I got $1,389 left to raise for this month's fundraiser. I definitely would like to say thank you to Athena, Marjut, Robert, Caleb, Richard, Courtney, Summer, Angel, Damien, Angelique, James, Mike, Andy, Robert, Bennett, Matthew, Jess, Angel, Wagon Breath, and Dan. Man, I sure hope that the bad guys aren't going to do some super coup on Earth, big depopulation plan. Like, how long can we be at war with each other all the time and only focus on profits and have everything stay anything close to resembling what we know of society? All right, I will try to attempt to bust out of this funk that I've been in for a couple days. I'm telling you, when they didn't extend the unemployment benefits, the energy's just been totally different. Like, I can totally feel a bunch of people freaking out. And I'm not on the benefits. And someone said that they thought I was on disability. No, dude, I'm not on disability. This is my only job. Yeah, so, but, like I said, they said there's a big, the 3rd of August, that's like the big day that would kick off the war of the planets, or the war of the gods, or whatever you want to call it. I would much rather have peace, but I'm not sure that's the direction we're headed. If I understand correctly, like, Canada's giving their people like $2,000 a month through the year to help everybody make it through the year, and so that everyone will wear masks and play defense and stay cool. But that is not the direction we are going. All right. So we'll talk to you guys in the near future. God bless everyone.